To find this cheater. And y'all think Rashida is so dumb. And Kirk is so dumb. And he's just a cheater. Where the f are the bitches that I'm cheating with? Help me out.
Kirk Frost has scored a major victory in a long-running legal dispute, and it could mark a turning point in his ongoing conflict with Jasmine Washington. What started years ago as a shocking reality TV scandal has now developed into a serious legal battle with significant consequences for both sides. Most people remember when Jasmine Washington first came forward in 2016, claiming that Kirk Frost was the father of her son, Cannon. Her allegations quickly became a huge topic of discussion, especially after details of her relationship with Kirk were revealed on national television. The claims created a storm of controversy and placed Kirk's marriage to Rashida under intense public scrutiny. At the time, the situation damaged Kirk's public image and put his family life in the spotlight. Meanwhile, Jasmine argued that she was simply seeking recognition and support for her son. Over the years, the dispute continued to generate headlines, with accusations, legal disagreements, and emotional confrontations keeping the story alive. Recently, however, the legal battle appears to have shifted in Kirk's favor. According to reports, Jasmine's efforts to secure additional child support and pursue further legal action against him were unsuccessful. The court reportedly sided with Kirk on several key issues and dismissed arguments presented by Jasmine's legal team. Many people are now wondering what convinced the judge to rule in Kirk's favor. Others are asking what this outcome means for Jasmine, who has spent years fighting her case and keeping the issue in the public eye. One of the most dramatic moments in the dispute allegedly occurred when Jasmine showed up at Kirk's home. According to accounts from people in the area, the situation quickly became chaotic. Neighbors reportedly claimed that there was shouting, loud banging on doors, and a scene that attracted significant attention. Witnesses described the incident as so dramatic that some people believed they were watching a reality television production unfold in real time. The disturbance reportedly lasted long enough to draw concern from those living nearby. Jasmine allegedly became frustrated because she felt Kirk was ignoring her calls and failing to address ongoing issues involving their son. She publicly accused him of abandoning both her and Cannon and claimed that he was not fulfilling his responsibilities as a father. For Jasmine, the confrontation represented years of frustration finally boiling over. She believed she had been ignored and wanted answers. For Kirk, however, the incident crossed a line and required immediate action. Rather than confronting Jasmine directly, Kirk reportedly contacted law enforcement and allowed authorities to handle the situation. When officers arrived, they witnessed the aftermath of the dispute and documented what had occurred. According to reports, police records described Jasmine's behavior as aggressive and disruptive. Those descriptions later became important elements in Kirk's legal strategy. His attorneys argued that the incident demonstrated a pattern of harassment and unwanted behavior. However, the conflict was never just about that single night. The tension between Kirk and Jasmine had been building for years. Their history included paternity disputes, public accusations, disagreements over financial support, and repeated clashes both on and off television. The controversy also placed enormous pressure on Kirk's marriage to Rashida. The revelation of the affair created one of the most difficult periods in their relationship. Although they managed to stay together, the scandal continued to follow them for years. Even after Kirk acknowledged the affair and accepted that Cannon was his son, disagreements between him and Jasmine reportedly continued. Each new conflict seemed to add another chapter to an already complicated story. Eventually, Kirk decided to pursue legal action. Reports indicate that he filed claims related to harassment, trespassing, emotional distress, and property damage. He also sought legal protection through a restraining order. According to sources, security camera footage played a major role in supporting his case. The recordings allegedly showed Jasmine outside his property during the incident, arguing loudly and demanding answers. Kirk's legal team used this evidence to strengthen their claims and demonstrate why they believed legal intervention was necessary. From their perspective, the footage showed behavior that went beyond a personal disagreement. They argued that Jasmine's actions were disruptive and inappropriate, making legal protection necessary for Kirk and his family. The restraining order became one of the most significant developments in the case. If enforced as reported, it legally limits Jasmine's ability to contact or approach Kirk. Supporters of Kirk viewed the decision as proof that the court agreed with his concerns. At the same time, Kirk's representatives reportedly suggested that Jasmine was motivated by publicity and media attention. They argued that her actions were designed to keep herself connected to the spotlight rather than focus on private family matters. Whether those claims are fair remains a subject of debate. Jasmine's supporters argue that she has simply been fighting for her rights and advocating for her son. Critics, however, believe that some of her actions have prolonged the conflict unnecessarily. Another important figure in this story is Rashida. Over the years, she has endured public embarrassment, allegations of infidelity, and constant media attention surrounding her marriage. Despite everything that has happened, reports suggest that she is standing firmly beside Kirk during this latest legal battle. Sources close to the situation claim that Rashida wants stronger boundaries and less drama moving forward. After years of dealing with public controversy, she is reportedly focused on protecting her family and creating a more stable environment at home. Insiders also suggest that Rashida has encouraged Kirk to take whatever legal steps are necessary to prevent future conflicts. Her priority appears to be maintaining peace and ensuring that old disputes do not continue affecting their family. Even with Kirk's recent legal victory, questions remain. Rumors continue to circulate that Jasmine may be preparing a response or considering further legal action. Whether she has a strong case or is simply refusing to give up remains unclear. For now, however, the latest ruling appears to be a significant win for Kirk Frost. After years of public controversy, emotional confrontations, and legal disputes, he has gained an important advantage. The bigger question is whether this decision finally brings the conflict to an end, or if another chapter in this long-running drama is still waiting to unfold. Jasmine has continued to speak out about what she believes is Kirk's failure to take responsibility for his actions. She has repeatedly suggested that she has evidence to support her claims and has hinted that she may eventually reveal it. According to Jasmine, she is not the villain in this story but the real victim. Despite her statements, challenging Kirk's legal victory appears to be an uphill battle. While Jasmine may present herself as a mother fighting for her child and seeking justice, Kirk's legal team has painted a very different picture. They have argued that her behavior has been reckless, aggressive, and damaging. The evidence presented in court reportedly worked strongly in Kirk's favor. Security footage, police reports, and witness statements all appeared to support his version of events. Together, they created a narrative that portrayed Jasmine as the person responsible for escalating the conflict. Still, anyone who has followed this story knows that Jasmine is not likely to stay silent. She has made it clear that she believes Kirk's lawsuit was never really about protecting his family. Instead, she claims it was designed to silence her and prevent her from speaking publicly about their past relationship. According to Jasmine, Kirk has spent years trying to control the story surrounding their affair. She argues that he wants people to see her as an unstable and angry woman while presenting himself as the victim. In her view, the legal action is simply another attempt to protect his reputation and limit her ability to tell her side of the story. She has even suggested that Kirk has been working behind the scenes to influence public opinion. Jasmine claims that he wants the public to dismiss anything she says by labeling her as dramatic or unreliable. She believes this strategy has allowed him to avoid accountability while damaging her credibility. Recently, Jasmine has hinted that she knows details about Kirk that have not yet become public. According to her, there are aspects of the affair and his personal conduct that people do not fully understand. She has suggested that there is much more to the story than what has been shown on television or discussed in the media. Some of her statements have implied that Kirk was more controlling than many people realized. She has also hinted that he pressured her to remain quiet when their relationship first became public. However, despite these claims, she has not yet released any concrete evidence to support them. That lack of proof has caused many people to question her credibility. While some supporters believe she may eventually reveal important information, others remain skeptical. Until actual evidence is presented, many observers are treating her allegations with caution. At the same time, Jasmine faces another challenge: her public reputation. For years, many viewers have associated her with the scandal that shook Kirk and Rashida's marriage. Critics have accused her of taking advantage of the situation to gain attention and secure a place on reality television. Because of that history, some people have struggled to accept her attempts to present herself as the victim. While some sympathize with her and believe she has been hurt by the situation, others view her actions as efforts to stay relevant in the public eye. Social media reactions have been particularly divided. Many users point out that Jasmine knew Kirk was married when their relationship began. Others argue that regardless of how the relationship started, she still deserves to be heard if she believes she has been treated unfairly. The incident at Kirk's home only added fuel to the debate. Critics claimed that her appearance there was another attempt to attract attention, while supporters argued that her frustration came from years of unresolved issues. What makes the situation interesting is the possibility that Jasmine may actually have information that could create new problems for Kirk. While she has made controversial statements in the past, some people wonder whether she possesses evidence that has yet to be revealed. If Jasmine were to release text messages, emails, recordings, or other documents supporting her claims, public opinion could shift. Evidence that contradicts Kirk's version of events would likely generate renewed attention and could reopen conversations that many believed were over. For now, however, Kirk remains in a strong legal position. Reports indicate that the court ruled in his favor and rejected Jasmine's arguments. The judge reportedly found that her actions went beyond simple frustration and crossed legal boundaries. As a result, the harassment and trespassing claims remained significant issues in the case. The restraining order was also granted, creating legal restrictions intended to prevent future confrontations between the two parties. The court's decision placed Jasmine in a difficult situation. If she violates the restraining order or engages in behavior that the court considers inappropriate, she could face additional legal consequences. That reality has increased the pressure on her moving forward. Meanwhile, reports suggest that Kirk is exploring options